At the end of this assignment, you will be able to describe an operating system. Explain the functions of an operating system. Hello friends, let's begin our learning with understanding the concepts of operating systems. You might already know that there isn't any single part called a computer. A computer is really a system of many parts working together. The physical parts, which you can see and touch, are collectively called hardware. These different parts perform one or more functions including input, output, processing or storage. But do you really know how these parts interact with each other and perform specific tasks for you? How do they understand the language of humans? This is where an operating system, also known as OS, comes in. Without an operating system, a computer is just a box with different components inside. In short, we can say that without an operating system, a computer is useless. Don't you want to know more? Unlike hardware, you cannot touch or feel an operating system. You will be amazed to know that it is the first thing which gets loaded when you turn on the computer. The earliest electronic digital systems had no operating systems. Computers of this period were very primitive compared to those of today. Programs were often entered into the computer one bit at a time on rows of mechanical switches. With the advancement of commercial computers, a lot of operating system software came into existence. Microsoft was the first to introduce the concept of an operating system named Windows. Microsoft Windows governed the world market of personal computers for a long period. Let us understand what an operating system is all about. An operating system is a program which makes a computer usable for human beings. Without it, you would have to perform thousands of low-level operations to achieve simple things. An operating system enables you to perform a lot of tasks easily. The purpose of an operating system is to organize and control hardware and software so that the device behaves in an efficient way. Operating systems can also be considered to be managers of the computer's resources. An operating system determines which computer resource will be utilized for solving which problem and the order in which they will be used. Operating systems are now found in many devices that we use every day, from cell phones to wireless access points. It appears quite simple to work on a modern computer, but remember, there are many complex processes which an operating system performs inside the machine to execute various tasks. The real man behind the curtain handling the necessary tasks is the operating system. The operating system is like the director of a movie. He is not seen in the movie, but he takes care of all the dimensions of the movie, right from scripting, planning locations, shot selection, acting styles, music, to anything else that affects the feel of the movie. Likewise, an OS performs a lot of internal functions in the computer hardware, but we do not see it. Isn't that really interesting to know? Users can interact directly with the operating system through a graphical user interface or GUI. Most GUIs provide place called the desktop. Examples of operating systems are Windows, Novell NetWare, macOS, Unix, and Linux. The functions of an operating system can be classified into these categories: communicator between user and computer, process management, peripheral management, and memory management. One of the major functions of the operating system is to establish standard means of communication between the user and the computer. The computer hardware does not understand the language that humans use to communicate with each other. In that case, you must be wondering, how do we get the correct result from a computer? Well, it is the operating system which converts a user's input to a language that is understood by the hardware. It converts the computer's output to a language which is understood by the user. You must have seen translators who convert one language to another. Likewise, an operating system is also a translator. Doesn't that sound amazing? One of the major functions of an operating system is process management. The operating system allows multiple applications to run simultaneously. It keeps track of the number of processes that need to be performed and manages the execution of each and every process. The process management activity is similar to the duties of a traffic controller standing at a traffic signal. The job of the traffic controller is to ensure that all the traffic moves smoothly without any traffic jam or accident. Likewise, the process management activity involves ensuring that all the processes are executed smoothly without any collision or deadlock. The operating system manages the working of different input-output devices attached to the computer. Devices like printers and scanners work under the control of the operating system. An operating system is like a project manager of an organization who delegates different tasks to its subordinates so that they perform them efficiently. Just like a project manager, the OS takes control of all the devices so that they work effectively and efficiently. The role of an operating system is truly amazing. Memory management is one of the most critical functions of the operating system. When you open a program, it gets loaded into your computer's RAM random access memory. RAM is fast, temporary storage that helps your computer run programs efficiently. Each program uses a portion of RAM to store its data and instructions while it is running. If you open too many programs, or if a program needs more memory than is available, the computer can run out of RAM. To handle this, the operating system uses virtual memory, which is a part of the hard drive set aside to act like extra RAM. From the functions discussed, you can understand the importance of the operating system in a computer system. No computer system can function without the operating system. The OS actually makes the hardware work as per the instructions provided by the user. In short, we can say that it is simply impossible to work on a computer without the operating system. You have reached the end of the assignment. You have learned what is an operating system and